Welcome to Dutchess and Her Dukes, a podcast where I speak to dope-ass, tunnel-visioned guys who sacrifice a lot to be where they are today. I'm Dutchess, and these are my Dukes. Today in the studio, I have with me Ronnie Almani, a very successful businessman, actor, and a producer. Ronnie, who is Ronnie Almani?
That's a little bit of a complicated question, but I'll give you the short answer. Short answer is passionate individual that has good intention for everything he does around him, whether it be in business, in acting, in producing. My main intention, main goal is to do good with everything that I have a passion for. So passionate, tunnel vision, like you said, focus on goals, one at a time, sometimes two at a time, and very, very important for me to always self-reflect about my intentions and goals and where they're headed and what the purpose for them are.
Have you always been this way?
No, just I was talking to you guys over here earlier. The transformation is constant and continual and not linear. Sometimes you steer off and for longer than expected and you have to set yourself back on the path. But no, 10 years ago you speak to me, I'm a different human being.
Can you talk to me a little bit about what were you up to 10 years ago? Come on.
That guy, if I sat down with that guy that I was 10 years ago, I want to knock him out. I would want to knock that guy out right away. First sentence. Always had I believe the roots of a person always stay with them. So the roots were good, but build up. It's like peeling an onion. If you have to peel the layers and the layers and layers, and your eyes are tearing every step of the way because you're peeling away at that onion, and that's basically what it is. I had a lot of animosity, a lot of anger, a lot of bad habits.
But
partying,
you were still partying.
non-stop, every day, 24/7, 7 days a week. Animal.
Wait, what were you doing at the time? Because you were still very successful. You still got like a lot done, right? I know that you come from jewelry and diamond industry. That's your background. You've been working since you were 14 years old. That's
Even
amazing.
younger. Started washing dishes when I was 12. I had no choice. You know, growing up was pretty stable up until 12, 13, and then things went sideways. You have to adjust to it. As a kid, you don't know how to I didn't know nothing. What do you know when you're 13, 14? You have to adjust. You have to become a man. You have to work. To be honest, from 13, 14, I started designing jewelry at 14. And I have no idea how I was able to build businesses, survive even with the mindset that I was in. There's nothing other than to say that someone looking out for me, because I was saved many times.
I can relate to that myself in a lot of dangerous situations. I was actually telling these guys earlier that I remember when I was drinking. I one time ended up in the Bronx in a freaking crack house where I was the only white person.
Wow.
And I was saved, right? I could have been raped, killed, but I relate to your story so much.
Chopped up.
I had a great time though.
Yeah.
But the thing is that when we're crazy like that, or when I was crazy, you put yourself into so many dangerous situations, and yet you're saved. Like, how are you saved? It's one and only.
It's I feel like we could say all day that it's us, perseverance and determination, but where does that perseverance and that determination come from? Not by our own hands. It's given to us, and we have the option to continue down this path or to pursue what He's given us, what God has given us.
And not everyone has the perseverance to begin with. That's a blessing, right?
That's exactly a gift from above.
Yeah.
It's like the world right now seems to be divided into two. It's where I was and you were living ignorantly, which is ignorance is bliss, is enjoying, partying, living, and not paying attention to the things that need to be corrected in order so that we could succeed in all aspects of our lives even more. And then there's the people that are spiritually awakened, which are aware of the things that they need to do, the steps they need to take every day. It's a constant work. The workload gets easier when you get when you get used to the process, but it's constant work, daily work.
Doesn't stop.
And in a sense, I miss that guy.
Wait, I want to ask you something. What happened 10 years ago that made you change your ways? And there's nothing wrong with partying, by the way. There's nothing wrong with having a good time, but you felt like you were spiritually fallen in some ways. What happened 10 years ago that changed everything?
That's I feel like we need like a 5-hour podcast for that, but
next time we won't be late.
Procrastination, work in progress.
That's right.
It's a lot of people experience it, but again, the ignorance is part of the problems. What I experienced, a lot of people. First of all, I'm blessed and thankful every day that I felt that spiritual uplifting that started to pivot my direction, and I'm grateful for it every day because I've experienced it since then many times over in different forms. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people, everyone at any point can get connected like that.
But what happened, Ronnie, in terms of life circumstances? You don't have to mention any names.
Everything around me fell apart. Everything around me fell apart. And when that happens to a person, you go crazy because nothing makes sense. One thing, another thing, another thing, another thing, until it was everything, literally everything, from family to relationships to money to business to health to everything, to mind. And when that was happening, you hold on, and then at the same time it was I felt like I was being demolished, but at the same time hugged from above in a weird sense that can't explain, that makes the hairs on my hands stand up every time. Every time.
Really, you got goosebumps.
Every time.
It's amazing.
Every time. It never fails because you remember the first time that you had that feeling. Because any normal person living in this day and age would have went crazy. Mm-hmm. But it felt good at the same time. Didn't make sense. It's like you're being shot in the head, but hugged from above and feel the best feeling at the same time.
Sounds like a rebirth or rejuvenation of yourself.
That was a pivotal moment in my life. It was about 12 years ago.
And you started your business, wellness store.
The wellness
store. Wellness store. On Spring by Lafayette.
55 Spring Street. Makes you feel good. Wellness.
No, it's an award-winning store.
We manufacture.
I have your tinctures right here somewhere.
Oh, you do? You've been finishing. You've been going through them.
No, just not that often. But I love the one for Focus. Is amazing. It's like $100 for a bottle. It's really good.
Well, we have them in different versions, so starting $69.99 and $129. Different.
You gave me the cheap one.
I give you the in-between one. It'll work your way up.
Amazing. No, it's. I remember you telling me that the recipe was very special. The original formulation is made. This is a science that we didn't discover. We didn't create it. This was like since the 1920s. They were doing testing a lot of natural botanicals like the Gilder lily of the valley, Gilder rose, like all those types of botanicals have beneficial effects on the body. That it's basically the original medicine. There's studies like that. You could go Google it. There's a documented studies of some of the best professors in the world that speak about how it's something that everybody knows and people talk about, but it's swept under the rug. It's just pharmaceuticals, how they're there to make money, sell you stuff, and people get addicted. But the original medicine was botanicals, natural plants that healed people. We have the ability to heal every condition, every medical condition with the plants that God provided us with. Everything. It's amazing.
And so we kind of reverted back to to the original medicine and combined it with CBD and slight THC under 0.3 percent, and voila! Better than drinking, better than getting addicted to prescription pills. Better.
For sure.
We've all experienced those types of takes, we'll say.
And you're also acting in addition to running a really successful brand and a store, right? Tell me about that journey.
I consider acting my biggest passion. Studying a character and becoming someone else on camera, for me, is my biggest passion. I have some bigger intentions to do good with it, to spread a good word through it. That's my main goal with it, but I want to utilize my passion to do good. And if it's given to us, and if we feel it here, there's a reason, as long as it's good. Even the bad, there's a good reason for the bad things, to know what's bad, to learn from them. But the good, there's a reason that it's here. And I'm pursuing it. I started, that's how it started, was when I was 16, I just used to do some modeling and stuff. Like, it didn't, I knew the camera interested me, but I didn't, like, I couldn't find myself modeling. Yeah, it wasn't really for me. I wasn't feeling that. And then I moved around a lot when I was younger. So I lived in Israel for years. And then when I was living there, I went to go buy some, I had a jewelry store, and I went to go buy jewelry for this store. I was a buyer, and I walked down, I was in Tel Aviv one time, and I believe I was 23. I was 23 at the time. Mm-hmm. I was walking down Tel Aviv, and I saw a camera just like that one, and I saw them filming, and I saw mics, and I was I sat at a coffee shop, I was drinking a coffee, and I see them, and something drew me in to there. I said, wow, I want to be on that set right now. And,
wait, what was it? Just like
it was a movie.
They were shooting a film.
This movie actually ended up winning Cannes Film Festival.
Oh wow!
Israeli,
what year?
It was 20. It was 2004.
Very cool.
I got up from that coffee shop and I said, I'm gonna walk, like, pass by the camera. I just wanna, and I walked by, and I remember the feeling is that
Always pushing yourself.
I was not in that film, and I just wanted to just be on it. I went out like a tough guy, and I'm just walking, like, not making believe there's no camera there. And then I had like 2 pounds of gold in a plastic bag in my hand. You see me, like, I got nervous. I was switching it from hand to hand, like finished goods.
Like a shyster.
It was finished goods. It was like a plastic bag. And
2 pounds of gold?
2 pounds. It was 3 pounds. 2 kilos.
Wait. Oh my
2
God.
kilos.
2 kilos is like
4.4 pounds. 4.4 pounds.
Wait, that was like the sparkle for your acting passion and pursuits. What are you doing right now in terms of acting?
After that, it was years. The spark stayed. It was years that I got to do the first. It was only like 5 years, 6 years later where I said, I'm just going to get up and go to an audition. I went to my first audition, no acting experience, no acting studies, nothing. I just submitted a BS resume online. And
did you lie on your resume?
BS, white lies.
Tweaked the truth.
There wasn't much on there. There were a couple of lines of things that I tweaked. We could say tweaked, right? Yeah, no, tweaked.
White lies are still lies.
100%, without a doubt.
Truth, Amet, is one of God's attributes,
without
right?
a doubt. I'd be a hypocrite if I said it wasn't, because I live on truth.
Trust me,
But again, this was old Ronnie. So I went on the first audition. I got the role, and it was for a feature film. Got paid, got role. I had no idea what the hell I was doing. I saw myself on camera. At the screening 2 years later of the feature film, I was one of the lead roles. And I saw myself on screen. I'm like, oh, I can't watch it.
That's crazy.
But everybody told me that.
You have to watch to learn, maybe, right?
No, everybody said that I was like their favorite character. You're lying to me. I didn't believe them.
So remember last week we practiced lines for your audition? You're natural. Yeah. You're crazy. And I think your range is pretty big, right?
You did pretty good too.
Well, thank you.
You did pretty good too. You're switching between 2 people.
Who's your favorite director?
Definitely have to be Scorsese. Scorsese, Scorsese, hands down.
Do you want to know mine?
What is yours?
Tarantino.
I figured you were going to say that. But you know what?
I was thinking you're gonna say Spielberg or Scorsese.
No, you're not a Spielberg girl.
Hell no, no. I thought
Tarantino.
you would, but no, I'm 1000% Tarantino. Some Jim Jarmusch, but Tarantino is like right up my alley.
I respect Tarantino's phenomenal. He's like up there also for me, but he's phenomenal. That's talented, but more of so with him it's more artistic. With Scorsese, it's more depth. It's more character. It's more.
Oh, I am very shallow. I care about. I am though. No, all I care about is like the aesthetics and the avant-garde surrealist approach.
Blood and chainsaws.
Dream role that you could.
Well, right now I'm playing a role right now on a show called Crash the System. Crash System. It's by the guy. It's a second season. I play a Mossad agent, and the roles. It's an American. It's a wacky show. It's like kind of Quentin Tarantino style. You'll like it.
I would love it.
I don't know if you check out the second season. It's going to be out in a couple of months. But
Do you speak Hebrew in the show?
my role is only in Hebrew, subtitles English. I play a Mossad agent only in Hebrew, and there's English subtitles. It gives me a chance to play like something that part of me is, which I speak Hebrew fluently. I'm also Israeli. The guy that created the show is probably all of you know him. Probably you heard of the Jerky Boys? Jerky Boys. You heard of the Jerky Boys? Yeah. They were the original. They were the original prank callers. The original reality show in the like '90s, mid '90s. Butt plug. There was one Italian guy, Kamal. He's an awesome dude. He was one of the Jerky Boys. He created the show. He's directing it, producing it. He's doing a phenomenal job. One of the best I've seen on set. He's that's what I got going on now. It's going to be on Amazon, and then I just played a principal role in a film called Inside Man. It's Emil Hirsch plays the lead in it.
Very cool.
And and we'll see what's next with that.
Final question. What's my name?
Dutchess and Her Dukes.
Thank
She
you.
made me say that.